This is a cutscene montage of everything that happened in the Reason Sports universe leading up to week 5 in the football world.
J Best, my boy, was hand there. Just wanted to call you real quick, let you know I see the work that you've been putting there, leading high school in the sacks, and you playing tight end too. I'm gonna be watching your game against Newman today. Better ball out. On top of that, we gotta get you to visit UGA. I know you a sophomore, but we could potentially play with each other my junior year of college, make some magic happen. Just let me know when you're ready to visit, and I'ma be there too. Big 8, what's up, bro? You ready? I heard y'all just came down.
You already know. I'm finna destroy your defense. You better tell them buckle up.
You might do your thing, but can y'all stop us? I don't think so.
Stop playing like we ain't the number 6 ranked team in the nation. I'ma let my game do the talking though.
We'll see. What you doing after the game, though? You going back home with the team, or you staying in Georgia?
I was thinking about seeing some of my family back home. You know I'm from Georgia, even though I play in Baltimore.
Yeah, I know. You gotta come visit the Georgia with me, though. I know you committed to Bama, but we could build a stacked team with you.
You already know I'm down for whatever. Y'all got any NIL deals set up, Bill Murray?
Come on, you know they got me right. They can probably get you right, too.
Alright, that sounds good. After the game, we could drive out there. Let's get it, bro.
With 19 seconds left, St. Francis has the chance to go up, but they missed the field goal. It's short. And this made Jermaine McLeod, the running back for St. Francis Academy, extremely angry.
Bruh, I kept telling you all week. These dudes are tough. This is a good football team. You better not lose this game. You could have won the game with a field goal, but you just decided to shank the field goal. What's up with that, May? Bro, you just not gonna respond? I low-key feel disrespected. Take them fucking AirPods out. I work hard as fuck all week just to be dominant on the field, just for you to piss it away. You just not gonna respond? Are you deaf, motherfucker? Do you know who the fuck I am? F this shit.
What up, stupid? Just watched the game. You balled out, of course. Such bad to lose. But I just got a call from coach. He said you punched the kicker in the face and he wants me to talk to you. Ain't no way you did that, dummy. Ain't no way you did that, dummy. Please tell me you didn't.
My bad, big bro. My emotions got the best of me. He had his AirPods in and didn't want to talk to me, and I took that as disrespect. And you know, where I'm from, where you from, we don't tolerate disrespect.
I understand that it was, but you can't just be punching dudes like that, bro. You can't be punching dudes like that, yo. Can't do that. Unacceptable, bro.
Big bro, you don't understand. He sits on his ass all day at practice, just drinking water and talking while we bust our ass, working out. Bro just sold the game because he don't do shit in practice.
That don't give you the right to hit him, dummy. Keep your hands to yourself. It's gonna get you in trouble at the next level.
Yeah, you right.
I will. I'm getting ready for this game against Stanford. I'ma talk to you, dummy. Be safe. Keep your hands to yourself. See you at the next level.
Alright, much love, big bro.
Coach, I've been trying to get in the flip from Bama. If we can add him, man, you know the run game gonna be deadly. And I told him not to worry about the money part. We gonna get you right at UGA.
Man, I want to come here, coach. But I grew up in the streets of Cordell, Georgia. It's a jungle out there. I know it's a 3-hour drive, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of my old ops tried to do something to me. I just want to play football, to be honest. That's why I left to go to IMG Academy and St. Francis.
Man, we got you, bro. We can get you armed security. You'll be safe here, I promise.
For real? You sure? If so, man, I'm flipping. No more Bama. Damn, I gotta call my boys Bo, Tyrell, and the Alabama coaching staff too.
Damn, Jit. Love what I saw from you at practice today. Your brother Tyrell couldn't guard you at all. I'm so glad we have a bye week this week, though. Perfect time for us to go on this Bama visit and get rejuvenated. We had a lot of wear and tear going up against some tough teams, and I think that this bye week is going to prepare us for next week. So I'm about to go back to Pompano, get ready, and I'll pull up to your neighborhood in like an hour. I'm going to call y'all boys when I'm around the corner. We had a long drive to get to Tuscaloosa, but I'm ready to make it. Hey, little bro, come outside. You and Tyrell.
Hey, watch your mouth when you talking to your father.
Hey, I call you whatever I want, little bro. But you better be outside. I'm literally on your street right now.
Damn, bet. We already outside. We've been waiting on you, Mr. Quarterback.
Bet that, bet I'm pulling up. What the f is y'all niggas waiting on? Get your ass in the car right now. I'm trying to go. We got a long drive to go all the way up to Tuscaloosa. Coach, when I get on campus, when Bo gets on campus, then when we get Tyrell to commit and come on campus, we're going to be unstoppable.
Well, we have to get you guys here first, especially you, Josh. I think you'll be ready to play next year. I won't be mad at all if you reclassified and graduated early, too. I know you have good grades.
Oh, I'm ready to play in college right now, Coach. But I want to win a state championship before I leave college. That's the goal. And if I leave before doing that, I don't know if it'll feel right.
My grades ain't good enough to reclassify. Better not leave me hanging. You're the best quarterback I ever played with.
If it comes down to it, we can for sure work something out. I'll get you guys to come in the same year no matter what.
Well, we're months away from that even happening. But I'm excited to see where the program is going. I think Bo and I can definitely win the SEC and the national championship.
Yep, but it's only possible we can get more talent to surround you guys. What are y'all doing tonight?
Well, I'm hanging out with some of the receivers. I think we're going to get something to eat. Not sure of everything that we're doing, but just hanging out with them guys.
I'm going to a fan meet and greet with some of the players. I'm linking with my boy Bobby Raven.
Okay, I'll see you guys later. Stay right there, though. The AB's coming to meet you soon.
Straps, I'm locked down. Give me that.
Andrew, last season you guys were the #1 defense for the totality of the season in every single category. This year, you're clearly #2 in every single category behind USC, who's had a tremendous defense so far this year. How do you guys feel about being behind USC in defensive stats, and does it add a little bit of motivation for the defense?
To be honest with you, Crimson, we're still the #1 defense in my opinion. I don't give a damn what the Vikings say. Them dudes at LA, they play against trash offenses in the Big Ten. If we see them in the national championship, we'll show you who the real #1 defense is, for sure.
Andrew, you were targeted a lot early in your freshman season, probably because you were a true freshman. You haven't been getting that many targets this year. How does that affect your approach to the game?
Man, I'm locked in every play. Doesn't matter. I expected it though. I mean, I made the nation in interceptions as a freshman. Quarterbacks aren't that stupid. If they target me this year, I'm taking it away though, straight up.
Andrew, Stanford has a deadly run game, averaging 275 rushing yards per game. You guys can stop the run, but you're known for your pass defense, but you still hold opponents to 53 rushing yards per game. How will your defense's mentality change this week going up against a prolific rushing attack?
Our mentality really isn't changing at all. We have the best front seven in the nation. They won't be able to run on us. I don't give a damn what they ran for per game. They could have ran for 500 yards per game. They haven't seen this Clemson defense. So we're going to stop the run on 1st and 2nd down, and on 3rd down, our pass defense is able to dominate.
San Francisco, California, not far from where we'll be playing tomorrow. How do you like the base so far, Andrew?
I mean, it's alright, coach. Nothing really too special. You know, I'm from Baltimore, so that's what I'm used to. Really just ready to play some ball, to be honest with you, though.
Me too. I'm just ready for this game tomorrow. What are you doing later when we get some free time?
I'ma just stay in the room and watch some film on these dudes. Need to stay disciplined in my run fits. What about you, coach?
I'm going to the De La Salle game. They're playing against JSerra. I want to see some of these recruits. You want to come?
I mean, I would love to if we played San Jose State or somebody trash, but these guys are ranked number 11th, coach. I don't know if I can do that today.
All right, makes perfect sense.
Andrew Rice and the Clemson defense dominated this game, going all the way out to Northern California where they won 28-10.
Kansas City Chiefs, our rival. Now, we should be able to win this game handily. Their secondary is trash, and we should be able to take advantage of them for sure. Let's take a look at some of their film from earlier this season. I'm going to pull up the Rams game because, you know, the Rams, they have explosive wide receivers like us. Well, no one has explosive wide receivers like us, but they got an explosive offense. Nice quarterback as well. Now, first play that we're going to take a look at, just watch the DB 23. He's trash. He can't cover our wide receivers for sure. This play didn't count, but just look at how lost he is back there. Doesn't know what he's doing. And right here, just instant separation from Alex Mathis and the DB. And they're playing 2-man. You see how open he is? We can attack that all game. And on top of that, their safeties are so undisciplined. As you see on this play as well, look at all of that space. You can attack that so many different ways. Right here, safety just being undisciplined. Or basically, I watched a couple of games of the Kansas City Chiefs. If number 23 is on a wide receiver, you throw it to him every single time. I don't care who it is. If 23 is on someone, you throw it there.
I mean, even if they in a 2-shell coverage, you still want me to throw it to him? That's kind of crazy, coach. I ain't gonna hold you.
I mean, don't make it obvious that you're throwing it to him. Use a little eye manipulation. You're a good enough quarterback to figure that out.
I bet. I got you, coach.
Practice today, we won't be doing any run plays. I got it all written down on this clipboard right here. We're going to focus on the passing game because we will be throwing the ball this game. They like to send a lot of zero blitzes at us, and you know what that means. You blitz on our offense, it's 6 every single time. I think it's imperative for us to play in the gun this game. These guys will be blitzing a lot, and you got to be ready for it. If we in the gun, You can see everything firsthand. Don't have to be under center. Won't be a lot of play action like that. So I think that'll be a benefit. But in today's practice, I want you to make the right decision every single time. Don't want you to put the ball in the harm's way. None of that stuff. Just want you to make the right throw, right decision. Now, I know you made the throw, but bro, that's not open.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of put it in my mind that was 23. And, you know, with my type of arm, I can make any type of throw. You hear me?
Yo, Kyle, that was a terrible practice, if I'm being honest with you. You got shut down every single rep. Can't have that happen in the game. We're going to need you. 23 is going to be on you a lot. You got to make some plays for this offense. Like, bruh, not one catch? Come on now.
Coach Bryce Vetrie, the offensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders, called an outstanding game against the Kansas City Chiefs, putting up 73 points while allowing 35.
I can't wait to see some of these high school kids at the game today. I love Miami. It's an abundance of great players here.
Yes, I know. This game has so many great high school recruits in it. Scotty Lewis Jr., Curtis Roll, Shamar Baker, Cam Dakotas, Ryan Baker, even though he committed to LSU. I really want to watch him in this game. I want to get a glimpse of what we'll see when we face LSU next year.
Yep, and you know they're going to throw that kid in the fire. He's a day one starter for sure. 5-star.
I think that kid's a starter too. Just from the film that I've seen. We've recruited him hard, but I never really thought that we had a chance to get him.
I mean, the kid can play, but I really want to see if he has any weaknesses up close and in person. Maybe we can find some things to exploit.
Of course, but I really want to see all of these guys, especially Tony Parks. That kid is special. He has all the tools to be an elite back.
I completely agree. I really want to see Shamar Baker too. He's the most talented receiver on that team in my opinion, even though he's the youngest.
Let's get to this game though. I want to see how these kids look in warm-ups too.
All right, let's roll out.
Those two Florida coaches got to see a great high school football game between two Miami powerhouses, and Miami Central 5-star running back, who's also a Patreon member, Tony Parks, went off in this game. 300 rushing yards.
Baby, what's wrong? I noticed that you haven't been able to sleep lately and you're just pacing back and forth.
It's nothing, babe. I'm good.
No, what's wrong? I can tell by your energy that you're bothered.
It's just, I've been watching film on USC for the past couple of days, and I saw this freshman 5-star defensive end, Stan Emery. Yeah, baby girl, when I tell you, like, word to my mother, he's the best player I've ever seen.
He plays cornerback?
No, babe, he plays defensive end, but I can tell he has the ability to wreck the game, like destroy our offensive line to the point where our quarterback won't even have time to get rid of the ball.
Babe, you know I don't have some sort of extensive football knowledge, so will that affect you at all?
Yes, it could be to the point where I catch no passes, and next year when the NFL draft comes around, the narrative will be that I couldn't perform in a big game. That's why I'm stressed, babe. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta talk to you later, babe. I gotta get in the film.
Dave Key's worries definitely proved him to be right. Rutgers scored 0 points against USC, and they barely moved the ball. USC might have the best defense in all of college football.
Virginia is great. Their offense can score, and I know he often score as well, but we've been giving the football away a lot. If we turn the ball over this game too many times, we can lose. I know you're a walk-on, bro, but let's be honest. Your talent level is much greater than that. I've seen you make NFL throws at practice. You got a lot of weapons, bro. Use them.
Noble, you know I got you. Sometimes I think I'm still playing with high school level windows, so I stupidly try to force the ball, but I will try my best this game for sure.
I mean, their defense is insane in every single category. They average 300 rushing yards per game. Us turning the ball over and giving it back to them is a recipe for a loss.
I completely understand, homie. Plus, this is a huge game. They already lost to Clemson. We can't afford to lose to these guys.
I appreciate you. You know this is my last year here before I go to the draft. I still want a chance to win the ACC championship and a national championship. Something that I haven't done in college. You're the best quarterback I've ever had talent-wise, but unfortunately, we gotta rely on you to play like a vet. This is the most stacked team I've ever been on in college, and we can't waste it.
Well, Javier did turn the ball over a lot in this game, but Noble Grant was wrong because they were still able to win against Virginia.
Welcome to First Take. I'm Stephen K. Smith, joined with my partner, Breezy Reason, and we got a great show for you today, live in New York City.
Yes, sir. Can't wait for it to get started. We're going to be talking about a lot today. NFL, college football, WNBA, the NBA, college basketball. We'll be talking it all. But first, let's talk about one of the surprise teams in the NFL. The Indianapolis Colts sitting at 3-1, heading into Week 5, going up against the Denver Broncos. In the 30-21 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts shocked the NFL universe when they took Deontay Lyons, a kick returner, with the 15th overall pick. And that pick was criticized and maligned by a lot of analysts and fans, including the Colts fans. But Lyons has made an impact from day one, ever since he stepped foot on the football field, giving the offense short fields time after time again. They're 3-1 right now, and they're favored against the Broncos. So my question for you, Stephen K., are the Colts playoff tenders or are they frauds?
The Indianapolis Colts are absolute frauds. When's the last time we had an NFL team led by a kick returner? Devin Hester over 100 years ago? Reezy, you should be ashamed to even asking me this question. Are you serious? They don't even have a quarterback.
Well, it's funny that you say Devin Hester because one of this guy's pre-draft comps coming out was Devin Hester, so that might go against your theory right there, Stephen K. But if you think about it, they have an elite defense. Their offense is at best, but they have a great running back. But Deontay Lyons flips the field consistently for them. I can definitely see this team getting deep into the playoffs with their special teams and their defense.
A kick returner is not going to win you a Super Bowl. They play against the lowly Denver Broncos this weekend. Am I really supposed to be impressed if they win and go 4-1?
Well, here's the thing, Stephen K. This is not a regular kick returner. This is a supernatural kick returner, and he has a good defense as well. I can't wait to see what he does against the Broncos.
Chicago Bears are a national embarrassment. These brothers are god awful at football. And please don't try to sell me on Ryan Glick. He's a fine young receiver, but he's nothing special in this league. And I will say, Minnesota secondary ain't no scrubs. Antonio O'Brien ain't no scrub. Did we forget they had the #2 overall pick and selected Bobby Fitzpatrick, the #1 corner in the draft? He shut down. Chris Pollard, he shut down. I'm just saying, I think there's no way the Chicago Bears win this game.
But let's get straight into it. For the past 3 seasons, Jeremiah Hawkins, the middle linebacker for the Detroit Lions, has been the unquestionable #1 defensive player in football. He won the last 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, but if you watch his film, watch him on game days, it's clear to see that his impact goes way beyond an award. He can do it all on the football field. He can lock down wide receivers, he can play great zone coverage, he can rush the passer, he's great at stopping the run. He's an all-around athlete playing the linebacker position. But the question of the day is, Is he still the best defensive player in football? The Lions defense is arguably the best defense in football, but Hawkins makes an impact every single week, every single time he's on the field. Coming into this season, he was favored to win the Defensive Player of the Year award, but so far, he's not leading in the favorites because star rookie Vontae Austin has been the favorite so far this year, and he's definitely been the best defensive player of the year so far in football. 8.5 sacks already through 4 weeks of the season. He's a defensive tackle, extremely skilled, physical presence. This guy can do it all. He was the #1 overall pick in the draft for a reason. He's 6'5", 275 pounds, and he makes offensive linemen's life hell every single Sunday. So Stephen K, my question to you, who's the better defensive player? Vontae Austin or Jeremiah Hawkins? And I know they play two different positions, but the impact is similar on a week-to-week, game-to-game basis.
Now, Reezy, I know this might be blasphemous, but I'm going with Vontae Austin, simply because of the fact that he is more dominant, in my opinion, and on top of that, Jeremiah Hawkins didn't look like this as a rookie. Like, let's be honest, we all thought Jeremiah Hawkins was a bust, but he got some good coaching. Detroit started doing their thing, and now he's the best defensive player in the league. But for my money, I got Vontae Austin. Don't care if he's a rookie.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, Stephen K, you kind of wild for that, my boy. Now, I know Vontae Austin's doing an amazing job so far this year, but Jeremiah Hawkins has 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards. This guy gets sacks and interceptions. He's led the league in sacks and interceptions in the same season, like twice. Come on now.
First take. What y'all talking about, chat? I got dissed by Jeremiah Hawkins? No way. I'm about to look it up real quick. Ain't no way I got dissed by Jeremiah Hawkins. That man is a legend. Let's react to it on stream to see if this is true or not. I think y'all lying.
Welcome to First Take. I'm joined alongside my partner, Stephen K. Smith. I'm Reezy Reason, and today we have a lot to talk about. But let's get straight into it. For the past 3 seasons, Jeremiah Hawkins, the middle linebacker for the Detroit Lions, has been the unquestionable #1 defensive player in football. He won the last 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, but if you watch his film, watch him on game days, it's clear to see that his impact goes way beyond an award. He can do it all on the football field. He can lock down wide receivers, he can play great zone coverage, he can rush the passer, he's great at stopping the run. He's an all-around athlete playing the linebacker position. But the question of the day is he still the best defensive player in football? The Lions defense is arguably the best defense in football, but Hawkins makes an impact every single week, every single time he's on the field. Coming into this season, he was favored to win the Defensive Player of the Year award, but so far, he's not leading in the favorites because star rookie Vontae Austin has been the favorite so far this year, and he's definitely been the best defensive player of the year so far in football. 8.5 sacks already through 4 weeks of the season. He's a defensive tackle, extremely skilled, physical presence. This guy can do it all. He was the #1 overall pick in the draft for a reason. He's 6'5", 275 pounds, and he makes offensive linemen's life hell every single Sunday. So Stephen K, my question to you, who's the better defensive player? Vontae Austin or Jeremiah Hawkins? And I know they play 2 different positions, but the impact is similar on a week-to-week, game-to-game basis.
Now, Reezy, I know this might be blasphemous, but I'm going with Vontae Austin.
Appreciate that.
Simply because of the fact that he is more dominant, in my opinion, and on top of that, Jeremiah Hawkins didn't look like this as a rookie. Like, let's be honest, we all thought Jeremiah Hawkins was a bust, but he got some good coaching. Detroit started doing their thing, and now he's the best defensive player in the league. But for my money, I got Vontae Austin. Don't care if he's a rookie.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, Stephen K, you kind of wild for that, my boy. Now, I know Vontae Austin's doing an amazing job so far this year, but Jeremiah Hawkins has 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards. This guy gets sacks and interceptions. He's led the league in sacks and interceptions in the same season, like twice. Come on now.
Where's the diss? Was y'all capping to me, man? Y'all said Twitter? Whose Twitter? Jeremiah's Twitter? Searching right now, chat. Man, this ain't even bad. He was just defending his name. But I will say, Jeremiah, and I was trying to be humble about this when I first heard about it, don't think that it's just that big of a difference. You are the big dog. You won 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, but I'm coming for you. And I'm that boy. Best believe that. I'm Vontae Austin. It's the reason why I went #1.
I'm joined alongside the man, the myth, the legend, Stephen K. Smith. And the first thing we have to talk about is the big game tonight. The WNBA champs, the defending champs, the Washington Mystics, are playing up against the Atlanta Dream in the first round of the WNBA playoffs. When you talk about the Washington Mystics, you have to talk about their star player, Tori Jones, arguably the best WNBA player for the past couple of seasons. Last season, the 30-20 season, she won the WNBA MVP, and on top of that, led the Washington Mystics to the WNBA Finals where they won against the Phoenix Mercury. So since the WNBA playoffs are racking up and coming together, the big question of the day is, will the Washington Mystics repeat as WNBA champs?
I'm going to have to say no, and here's why. Last season, the Washington Mystics were a great basketball team. They had great players, but they were also a good team. This year, they have one great player in Tori Jones. The rest of the team, I could do without.
Damn, Stephen K., you can do without? That's crazy. Now, I know the Mystics aren't the most talented team in the WNBA, but just discounting them off of the rip, that's crazy to me. They're the defending champs.
And if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't even have them getting out of the first round.
Miami Soul, the New York Liberty, a huge matchup between these two teams in the WNBA playoffs. The Miami Soul's being carried by their star player, the #1 overall pick, Kiera Dimes. And in game 1, she definitely showed up. She had one of the most dominant playoff performances I've ever seen. Definitely the most dominant WNBA playoff debuts ever. She had 49 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists as the Miami Soul defeated the New York Liberty. Mind you, they had the #1 overall pick coming into this season. They picked up Kiera Dimes, and she's been a godsend for this team. New York was favored coming into this matchup, but after seeing game 1, I don't know. Stephen K., will Miami be able to knock out the series tonight, or will the New York Liberty hang on and force a game 3? Remember, the WNBA playoffs, round 1 is best out of 3.
As a New York native, I'm a New York Liberty fan, so I'm biased. At first, I was thinking with my heart, not my head, but then I started to think about it some more. It's no way that New York's winning this basketball game. No way. Kiera Dimes is big time. I don't think I've ever seen a WNBA player come into the league looking like this.
Yeah, she's a special player for sure. I completely agree with you, Stephen K. Super athletic, can dunk, can jump out of the gym, can shoot the 3, can handle the ball like a point guard. She has good court vision as well. It's going to be extremely hard for the Liberty to stop her today, but I'm excited to see what they do against her. Back on First Take, the Houston Texans face against the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. They're currently undefeated on the season, 4-0, but for some reason, these guys haven't been able to produce at an offensive level like we've expected them to. Traymon Shady was heralded as a top 5 quarterback before this season started, but so far throughout this season, he's been productive, but not at a top 5 level, maybe not even a top 10 level. And that's shocking for Houston Texans fans. His first 2 years in the NFL, this guy was the best thing since sliced bread, throwing darts all over the field, scoring at least 30 points per game. And that was a shocker to the Texans fan base and the entire NFL because Traymon Shady was a 5th round pick coming out of Jackson State. No one expected him to be a starter, let alone this good. But those who paid attention to Traymon Shady in high school knew that he was better than where his draft status stated him to be. Traymon Shady was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, and he was good in some of the games that he played at Ohio State, but for some reason he ended up transferring after he got hurt, going to Jackson State back home in his home state of Jackson, Mississippi, where he lit it up. Now my question for you, Stephen K., does Traymon Shady deserve to be the #1 paid quarterback in the NFL? He's going to be finishing his 3rd year this year, and because he wasn't a 1st round pick, he doesn't have a 5th year option.
In my opinion, Traymon Shady is that dude. He definitely deserves his money. Top 5 in passing yards every single year he's been in the NFL, dominated in passing touchdowns as well. He did throw a lot of interceptions, which I don't like, but this guy's been productive ever since he's been on the field. Was a 5th round pick. Nobody expected it from him. You got to pay that man. He deserves it. Traymon Shady is a bad brother on the football field.
Now, we're going to be joined by one of his old coaches, someone who coached him at Ohio State. Hey, Coach, thanks for joining us. First question I have for you. What was Traymon Shady like while he was at Ohio State, before he got to play at Jackson State and really evolve into the elite quarterback he is nowadays?
He was always a talented guy. I just didn't like his attitude, if I'm being completely honest with you. Always thought he was a phenomenal talent, big arm, very accurate down the field, can make all the requisite throws. Wasn't as mobile as we liked him to be. That was another thing that we didn't like about him at Ohio State. Really couldn't run for 60-yard touchdowns like we wanted to. But yeah, he was a very entitled kid. Got along with his teammates, though, but he was a very entitled kid while he was in Columbus. So I don't know if that's changed from now, but yeah, that was pretty much my assessment of him.
Seeing Traymon Shady, seeing him at Ohio State, seeing him go to Jackson State, dominate there, then being a 5th-round pick, no one expected anything out of him. He ends up dominating in the NFL his first 2 seasons, wins his first playoff game last year. This year, hopefully he can take the next step. What do you think of Traymon Shady as of today?
If I'm being completely honest, I did not expect him to be this coming out of Ohio State after he left. Maybe if you would have asked me this question, him coming out of high school, I would have said no doubt. But from what I saw at Ohio State, didn't expect it at all. But nowadays, I just think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's great. Nowhere near on the level as DeMarcus Williams and Sean Amory, but a very good quarterback, serviceable starting quarterback. I don't think he's not a top 10 guy.
Interesting, but I disagree, Coach. So, I have a question for you. Do you think he deserves to be paid in the top 5 in the NFL?
If I'm being completely honest, no, he doesn't deserve to be paid that much. This guy went one and done as the number 2 seed his rookie year. They had a good team around him. Last year, he won 1 playoff game, then got bounced in the second round. This year, the team is amazing around him, but this guy's doing the bare minimum. The reason why he looks so good and you guys think he's so great is because he has all of this talent around him. Great wide receivers, good offensive line, a great running back. This guy has it all and he can't deliver.
Damn, Coach. I think you're clearly being biased right here. I think he'll definitely prove you wrong, especially this week against the Jacksonville Jaguars, a team that has an elite secondary. He'll prove that he deserves his money. Drops back with time, scrambling away from the pressure. Shady throwing it off platform. What touch? Brent Roberts with the toe drag swag. 47 yards on the play. Sheesh. Traymon Shady's 19 for 23. 320 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and this throw in the 4th quarter can't make it up better than this. Just unbelievable. Pressure's getting to him. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to have to throw it off platform, and just the touch on this. It's up. It's good. Right down the middle. 1 second left to go in the game. The Houston Texans with the victory.
You guys came in here as the underdog. You guys struggled early on, fell behind, but you guys kept on fighting. What does that say about this team that you guys were down, kept fighting, and now are 5-0?
Man, it really just show how much grit and toughness that we have. Like, we had a lot of doubters before this game. Didn't quite understand it. Like, we 4-0. 4-0? You're really going to say that Jacksonville better than us? We just had to show y'all what we had to do.
Late in the 4th quarter, you just take a sack fumble. You're backed up deep near your own end zone. You scramble to the right after getting pressure and you throw it deep to Brent Roberts. What was going through your head through that play?
So the game plan, we wasn't really going to have too many shots in the game plan because great secondary, elite guys, fast guys. So beating them over the top wouldn't be the objective of this game. But the guy that was covering Brent Roberts, he couldn't run with him on this specific play. So I saw Brent Roberts get a little bit of separation. They were playing man coverage, cover 1 to be exact. Saw him had a little bit of space. I had to buy some time, scramble to the right, lob it up there, and boom, we in position to make something happen.
I don't want to hold you up for too long. Thank you for the interview, Traymon.
Whoa. One last thing. I got to get this off my chest. That Ohio State coach got on first take, tried to disrespect me. Now what? I know this is one game, but now what? I'm better than what you've ever done in your football career. And I wasn't entitled at Ohio State. I just thought that the politics didn't play into my favor after I got hurt. And that's okay. I understand that. But don't act like I was some entitled, spoiled brat playing there. I left because you guys took my scholarship when I got hurt. And that's all cool. That's fine and dandy. But don't lie on my name. And then ever since I've left, who's been the next Ohio State quarterback? I'll wait. And one last thing. Now, I know I'm supposed to be face of the franchise and all of that, but if I ever see you in person, Coach, I'm smacking the shit out of you. Thanks for the interview, Jenny.
We now have Cato live on the show, and he's currently at his high school, DeMatha Catholic High School. First off, Cato, I want to say congratulations to all the success on the field that you've achieved so far, and I think that you'll be able to replicate that success at any school you go to. So, Cato, you're down to Penn State, LSU, Alabama, Maryland, Ohio State, and Georgia. This is the question everyone in America wants to know. Where will you be spending your collegiate career?
First off, I want to say thank you to everyone that supported me throughout my football career. My family, my friends, all my coaches, from the Bowie Bulldogs and all my coaches and teammates at DeMatha Catholic. I also want to thank every college that's recruited me, specifically LSU, Alabama, Georgia, Maryland, Penn State, and Ohio State. With that being said, I'll be spending my collegiate career at the University of Maryland.
Wow, some of us in the recruiting world expected it. Some thought no way he'd be going to Maryland, but College Park is right up the road, walking distance from DeMatha's campus. What made you stay home and choose the Terps?
I want to really be a difference maker and make the Terps an elite team. Maryland's currently undefeated and ranked in the top 25. They have some talent. I think that I can really add to the wide receiver room. Also, I get to put on for my hometown.
Man, College Park is really getting a difference maker with Cato Hendricks. This guy can do it all on the football field from a skill set standpoint. There's almost nothing that he can do. He runs great routes, he's great after the catch, he has great hands, he has elite speed, great body control on the sideline. He's elite in 50-50 ball situations, and if you want to line him up at running back, he'll make plays from the backfield as well. This isn't really that surprising though. We've seen on this channel that Cato's visited Maryland a couple of times. He's talked with the coaches have been to his games, he's been at the Maryland practices, and on top of that, I think Maryland is the only school that gives him the opportunity to play exactly how he did in high school. In high school, Cato Hendricks is getting a bunch of touches from the backfield, getting the ball on screen passes. The offense is centered around him, and that's why they have one of the best offenses in high school football. Maryland doesn't have top-tier elite talent like some of the other programs like Penn State, LSU, Bama, Georgia, Ohio State, etc. If he would have went to those type of schools, then he wouldn't have been the main feature of the offense like he would be at Maryland, like he is at DeMatha right now. We finally got Bryson live now. First off, Bryson, welcome to the show. Congratulations on all your success. You've been dominant ever since I first saw you your freshman season at the end of the year. Right now, you're currently leading all high school football receivers with 1,200 receiving yards. You're making your college decision today between Michigan, Georgia, Michigan State, and Stanford. First off, I want to ask you, Bryson, what made these 4 schools make your top 4? Very interesting and diverse top 4. I don't think I've ever seen the top 4 with these 4 schools, but there had to be something about these schools that make you want to put them in your top 4.
First off, thanks for having me, Mr. Reason. It's been a long process, but these 4 schools stuck out to me the most. Michigan had its winning tradition. I saw what they did for Ryan Glick last year, and they told me that they would use me in a similar role as a big slot, maybe just a little bit more blocking. It's the total package of academics, preparing to be a tight end in the run game, and the potential of being a threat in the pass game. I also think that I could win big there. Georgia, I think I can make an impact there as well, especially on a good team. Paul Warner, the quarterback for Norcross, he's also committed to Georgia, has been recruiting me heavy for a while now. I could be on a stacked team with guys like him and Jordan Obama. Michigan State is where my dad went to school. They're like a top 15 team right now. And I like that their offense is pro style. It's a lot of run game, play action pass, and using the tight ends and a lot of 12 personnel. Stanford is a great school academically. It would be amazing to play there, like truly amazing. And I could also be part of the lineage of tight ends to the NFL. If you look back 100 years ago, they had Zach Ertz, Austin Hooper, and Dalton Schultz all in the NFL at once.
Alright, now we all know the reason why you just did that, the reason why I had you do that, is so that the fans and the coaches of the other teams didn't take it personal when you decided to make your college decision. We all know that this is the reason why you're here today. So, 5-star tight end Bryson James, please tell us, where will you be playing your college career at?
First off, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all the college coaches and scouts that's been recruiting me ever since I've been in middle school back in Richmond, Virginia. Thank you to all my teachers, my football coaches at IMG Academy, my teachers and football coaches back home in Richmond, Virginia. Y'all really, really have prepared me in a way that you can't even imagine. Next, I want to say thank you to my mom and dad for preparing me, showing me tough love, making me the best young man that I can be. Last but not least, I want to say thank you to the University of Georgia, Michigan State University, the University of Michigan, and Stanford University. Thank you, thank you, thank you for recruiting me as hard as you did, wanting me on your football team. I really felt appreciated and wanted. With that being said, I will be spending my collegiate career, hopefully the next 3 years, maybe the next 4, at Michigan State University.
You can be a character in the Reason Sports Network universe. We make content for high school, college, and the pros. You can submit a form. The link will be in the description. However, if you sign up with Patreon, you'll have a lot more customization and control over your character. The link will be in the description. You can also view your player's season and career stats online. The link will be in the description. I also added a social media feature for the universe to be more immersive. The link to that video will also be in the description. If you don't have Patreon, but you still want to be featured on the channel more, then make sure you're active in the comment section. You being consistently active reminds me to put you on the channel in some way. When you submit a form, your character will be put in the universe. You can see yourself in a live stream or video when teams play, but it's highly unlikely that you'll see me controlling your player throughout a game if you don't have Patreon. Signing up with Patreon gives you control over attributes, accessories, gives you a GTA face, control over your backstory, and you'll be one of the best players in the universe.